We thank you all, one, for taking an interest in tourism, and we encourage you to take more interest in tourism. We would like you to participate in the promotional efforts of tourism. It's not a one single man's job. It's not a ministry job. It's not a UTB job. Everybody has to participate.
Hey, welcome to Destination 256, your go-to destination for all things tourism in Uganda. I'm Zingozal, your host, and again, I told you and I stretched this enough yesterday that we have dedicated these episodes for the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo to stretch, to highlight, to explain, and then bring essence to what is POATE and then what does it mean to Destination Uganda and Africa as a whole. And with me, I have a big man in the tourism sector. He's a commissioner, he's a board member, he's a father, he's a friend. And yes, welcome, Mr. Lyazi.
Great seeing you today.
It's a pleasure to host you on Destination 256.
Beautiful weather outside.
And I would ask you to introduce yourself to the viewers and listeners.
Thank you so much. You almost did all that. Here's Vivian and my names. I work with the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities as Commissioner Tourism Development. Yes, I'm also on the board of Uganda Tourism Board. And today I think we are discussing Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo.
Yes, Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo.
Right.
And I'll dive in right away. Mr. Lyazi, this is the 9th edition of POATE.
Right.
How has it been for the past, let's say, 8 editions?
I would say superb. This, like you said, we are in the 9th edition, and I'm glad to say that we're growing from strength to strength. The first POATE which we had it at the Uganda Museum. It was basically a local event. Many of the foreign people whom we invited were actually residents in the country, probably in the embassies and so on and so forth, to tell them more about this destination. We've since grown to reach out to the foreign markets, interest hosted buyers to come and see this destination. This time round, I may say we've surpassed. Our target was actually to bring in about 75 hosted buyers. We've done almost 116. And some just cancelled because of personal problems at the end of it all, but probably would have been in about 130. The interest was super.
Right there on the hosted buyers.
Right.
We get these hosted buyers from our source markets.
Oh, yes.
Right? And how many countries all this 116 coming from?
I would say about 25 countries.
25 countries.
Here. We've had good representation from the United States, good representation from Canada, the UK, basically our traditional markets. But we've gone ahead to also come in with emerging markets. We've had representations from India. We've had representations from China. We've had representations from Qatar, United Arab Emirates. We've had representations from Iran. So really, we've gone ahead to reach out to the emerging markets, as you know, and that is healthy for our market because we are now expanding to reach out to those markets that traditionally weren't selling Uganda, and I think that is very positive.
On the hosted buyers again.
Yeah.
I think last year I happened to have worked with Uganda Tourism Board, and there was a process. There was a matchmaking portal where two operators here and service providers match with different hosted buyers that they pick interest in. And yesterday, and I think the other day, the key issue was I have not met the people I was supposed to meet. And someone said, and I think I also saw that a hosted buyer had a spreadsheet, a list of, I think, everyone who attended, who was exhibiting at POATE. And they were picking, who should I see, who should you get. So why was it like that?
There may have been a few glitches in what, but it wasn't. It was basically an exception. Many had good meetings. Yes, some struggled to find where their meetings were located. And this is a learning process that when we have visitors coming, we need to prepare and be there on time. So some were timing issues, like they struggled to find where their intended meetings were supposed to be. But I would say those were a few exceptions to the game. Many of the people found their meetings. They had excellent meetings. We even had a speed dating meeting in the morning.
At 8, yesterday at
providing
8,
an opportunity for everyone. If you hadn't had a formal meeting already arranged, you could still go there and do meetings, and it was an excellent way of interacting with these hosted buyers. I would say it went really well.
I think, was it an issue of the separation of the exhibition spaces? Because, like I said, we were discussing earlier on, the ladies, some ladies said they were put beside the pool, the pool pavilion, and there was no traffic. You know, there was no traffic, and the distance from the main convention center to this side, it was a little hectic.
Remember, this time round, the interest was hit the roof, I would say. Traditionally, we've been in one small space. And when we started selling out for exhibition space, we ran out of exhibition space in maybe a month. We now contracted more exhibition space, that is at the poolside. We also ran out of the exhibition space at the poolside. Then we went to the flag mast. So on that, it's a positive. And that is something you see in many of the expo areas, especially, the big expo areas, actually. You find them in different areas, countries committed to different areas. So that shouldn't be a very big problem. I think the challenge in them meeting their intended hosted buyers, at times people would move, maybe for lunch or to get a refreshment here and there, or they didn't deploy enough. You know, you need to have adequate manpower there, that when you move, somebody is there
to keep the store active,
the store running. Yes. So there were a few misses here and there, but again, I would say those were very isolated cases. Many people had their meetings. It was a beautiful one.
I think that is highlighted. Is highlighted.
People had their meetings.
Maybe we shall get back to that later on. But the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo,
right,
and it's a 9th edition. I think I've seen the highest numbers in exhibitors compared to last year, and even the hosted buyers are higher compared to last year. Last year we had around 48, 50. That is a success, right? How have you done it?
One, the interest in tourism is growing. People are now looking at tourism not only as a leisure activity, but they're looking at it as an economic activity. Many people are now participating in the tourism economy. People have built hotels, people have built restaurants, people have started tour companies, people have started working on destinations. You find somebody goes, he has a nice rock or hilly place at their place, and they put up a hiking tour. People have moved into agro-tourism. We've had a very huge representation of agro-tourism farms. People go and enjoy themselves at a farm. They're able to see the variety because of that demand. I mean, most of the people who are in urban centers do not have the privilege of seeing what happens at the farm, and would like a weekend out to take their kids and themselves as well to appreciate what agriculture is all about. And this is a growing segment. People are moving into water-based tourism, go and water tubing, go water rafting. And these are new breakout areas that are taking center stage in the past few years. Long ago, tourism was about safari. It was about going to see the gorillas and so on and so forth. It has expanded. So the participation really was big. The sensitization is also big. People weren't so much conversant about what tourism is all about. Now, I think everybody is aware of what tourism is all about. And thankfully, government is also taking a lot of interest. You now know from the National Development Plan, tourism is one of the ATMs. We're talking about agriculture, we're talking about industries, we are talking about manufacturing, we are talking about tourism. And it is what is going to cause the transformation because it's a low-hanging fruit. I mean, people come, see around your house, see around your neighborhood, and they thank you and bring some money to you. Money that hasn't been in your economy. So when you're really talking about what adds up faster, the service economy, especially of tourism, is something that we need to go for.
I think on the I'll push you back on the side of awareness. Recently we've been having chats in the different groups here and there as Ugandans, and we're like, oh, POATE has been pushed as a domestic campaign and as a domestic event, because I think towards POATE we've had quite a lot of engagements. We've had Museums Day, we've had In There, Tell Your Story. There is Uniquely Ours moving. So everyone was like, wait. Are we pushing for the international standards as we say POATE is, or we are just trying to meander and see what is happening here and there? Over to you. Are we doing that?
I think we are reaching out to all markets. Traditionally, we used to focus mainly on the foreign market, and that was a problem. The foreign market is self-limiting. I mean, first of all, it's very competitive. Every country around the world is fighting for that market. But also, it is very fragile and sensitive. You saw this when we had COVID. Epidemic. So movements were curtailed,
Limited.
and all of a sudden all hotels were dry. Our tour spaces were dry, and it wasn't good for the tourism economy. But then we focused more on our internal market. It is also good for Ugandans to enjoy themselves. I mean, no one is going to enjoy your product if you can't enjoy it yourself.
Exactly.
So the thrust here was, let Ugandans enjoy their product, and then we build on and get our neighbors and the international community to also enjoy.
So that was the idea.
Yeah, so we are now focusing on the domestic market, we are focusing on the regional market, we are focusing on the international market. I want you to remember that even internationally, many of the people who come to visit the country are actually your regional neighbors. They come from Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Congo, Sudan. That's where the majority actually come from. And it would be wrong for you not to focus on them and tell them you come and enjoy this beautiful country. So yes, our focus is still on the foreign market because they bring in the vital foreign exchange, but we are not forgetting our regional market, we are not forgetting our domestic market, and we're pushing them all together.
Right. You head the business development office at ministry, and it has been running POATE and all these other activities. Does ministry have enough capacity to handle all these other duties besides your own office?
Many of the activities which we do are through networks. Let me not say that the ministry organized this thing alone. No. We organize it in conjunction with the Uganda Tourism Board, with the Uganda Wildlife Authority, with all the agencies that we have, more especially with the private sector. Ours was more of a coordinational role because the budget was at the program head. Actually, in many cases, this is organized by the Uganda Tourism Board that focuses on marketing the destination. We provide that coordinational role. It's just that this time around, we also had the budget.
Why did this time around ministry say no, let's spearhead this year's POATE?
We've always spearheaded. That's one thing you need to know. The coordination is always with the ministry. The secretariat has been at the Uganda Tourism Board and the budget. But this time around, if you recall last year, many sectors suffered budget cuts. So similarly, the Uganda Tourism Board also suffered a budget cut. Now, the program head, which is the ministry, reorganized the budgets and use some of the budgets, especially that we had with the Uganda Wildlife Authority, to keep the promotional campaign moving. And that is how the budget came through, and we also supported the organizational capacity of the event. But moving forward, this is a promotional activity, and the Uganda Tourism Board takes lead in the secretarial work. Yeah.
Okay. I think now this answers that it's a collaborative aspect.
It's a
and
collaborative
push
effort.
to push,
Yes.
like all people.
No
all
single person does it alone. No.
There was this question. As you've been at the center stage of overseeing, I think, all the clusters, hosted buyers, media, and all that. And I've been hearing that we have been having one service provider for this year's POATE, and that is Talent Africa. Why has it been one service provider? Yet
That is not true.
Last year we had like 3 service providers.
Yeah, there are quite a
4.
number of service providers. It's not only Talent Africa. No. There are a number of service providers that have participated. Maybe the dominant one in the event organization, or the setting up the exhibition spaces and all that, has been Talent Africa. Remember, these go through a competitive process. We bid out and say, please, those who are able to provide this service, come through and compete. And normally who emerges best is given to organize these things. These are expensive ventures and they require a lot of substantive experience. So not many people actually participate in this kind of ventures. Naturally, you have 1, 2, 3 people expressing interest. So that is the way it is. Yeah. But we've had the people organizing the hosted buyer program are different. The people organizing the digital platform are different. Yeah, there are a number of others.
To your rating, how would you rate this year's POATE? And how would you talk about it? Was it your best success?
But by all,
do we have more learning areas that we've learned from, or we are still weighing? We may be still weighing to see, okay, how have been the previous POATEs and how has been this? Yes.
No, by all measures, this has been the best so far. We have more hosted buyers coming for this event. We have more exhibitors coming into this space. I think the marketing has been more grand for POATE this time round. We really have all the parameters performing much better than previously before. There is always room for improvement. Probably the biggest exhibition in the world is the Berlin Fair, ITB Berlin. I would say we are not yet there.
Yeah, of course.
I would say we are not yet there. Yes. So there is a lot of learning, there is a lot of growth that still needs to be done as a country. But where we stand is a good place. People are now recognizing Uganda as a tourism destination to watch. People are taking more interest in the country. We've increased our collaborative effects. We are now working with the embassies abroad to also connect with the market. We are working with...
they gave embassies a budget, I think last year, 55 billion.
To enhance their commercial diplomacy work. And I may give credit to many of these embassies. Some, it was a timing issue. Were not able to participate effectively this time round, but many of them expressed interest. We have people from Qatar, courtesy of the embassies. We have people from China, courtesy of the embassies. From Iran, courtesy of the embassies. Really. And I think the embassies are doing an excellent job in reaching out to these markets and making sure that they do.
We have them.
Yeah. So really, I think we are making a very good turn in this round.
Now, this question has just come through. You are a board member of Uganda Tourism Board.
Yes.
I think it will be the last one. It will be the last one because it's not leaving my mind. Have we engaged the young people in the tourism sector enough?
We have. We have. I want you to remember that almost 80% of Ugandans are youth.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're talking about old people, they are the minority now. So whoever you're dealing with is youthful in any case. So this concept that the youth need to be given priority and what, they are the majority. You can't deal with anybody else apart from the youth. But there are challenges that come with the youth. Capitalization challenges. There are challenges of resourcing. There are challenges of knowledge that need to be addressed. And the government is proactively supporting youth programs. They are proactively supporting the vulnerable communities. They are proactively supporting the women programs to make sure that they all participate in the economy. What prevents the youth in participating in the economy is not their lack of creativity, their lack of energy. They do have a bountiful of this, but at times capital
There is what has sparked my mind.
Yes.
I think recently when you launched the Tell Your Story campaign,
Right.
One Allen Namisango came out and was like, "Oh no, this is my my campaign," and the ministry I sent. I think did she sent a concept note to you guys? But it is taking on the campaign without engaging me, and Ministry doesn't work with young people. Ministry just takes on campaigns. Stretch me about it also.
That was misguided. It was misguided. I mean, these campaigns are done by everybody. I think this particular case, she had a campaign, I think, with the telecom company. ITEL. And the people would tell their stories and stand a chance to win an ITEL phone. So. Similarly, we ran a campaign, again, encouraging more and more people to tell their stories. I mean, if you're promoting to the domestic crowd, you're asking them to tell their story. We originally had this long way back, asking people to tell their story about Uganda. That if we are to promote this country, we ourselves as Ugandans should tell the story. So it is not a new innovation. I think, should I use the word that she worked on the message that we had already put across. So it's an amplification of the program that was there. There was no duplication. There was no takeover. I think it was an amplification. Many people are running these. Stanbic, I think one of the banks is running a Tell Your Story campaign, and the schools are running these campaigns. It's not an isolated event.
I think the bank is DFCU. Yes, DFCU. And I think it's there that you need also to stretch this more of a concept. All these young tour operators mainly, and people in the media, because now for me now I fall in the media, but on the side of tourism. They say ministry doesn't work with these people. That it's a push and pull always.
Sure.
Okay, I haven't come yet. I haven't come to ministry that this is my concept, please.
Yes.
But this is what is on ground, because I'm more on the ground, and then we are talking so much with young people and all this. You want to go to ministry to Tawana.
Hey.
They like to Tawana. So,
no,
because
really.
I think all this falls under your office, and then PR, and I don't know which other office. But more so it's your business, business development.
No, really, I think people need to understand that we operate in an environment of constraints. We don't have all the money to reach out to everyone, to do all the campaigns that we need to do. At times, the demand is overwhelming. And when we are unable to respond to each and every request, some people go back a bit disappointed, which shouldn't be the case, because there's always a next turn. There's always a next opportunity to work together. We are also experimenting with other models of seeing how do we reach out to the maximum given the few resources that we have. So at times, like you see, at times we use a lot of social media to reach out with our limited budgets, to reach out to as many people as possible. Not that we do not want to use the traditional media, but when we compare our budget, if we are to concentrate it, wouldn't be as more effective because the budget is limited. Thankfully, government is also trying to enhance these budgets. If you saw the budgets now being afforded to the Uganda Tourism Board, they are quite significant. They are not yet enough, but they are much better. We're in a much better place than we ever were before. So that provides an opportunity to reach out to more and more people with this. But coming back to the story, it's an issue of having a lot of interest in the sector. Tourism is a very interesting sector, and everybody would like to have a piece of the cake.
At least something,
but
yes.
At times it doesn't go around enough. So we say for those whom we aren't able to serve this time round, wait for the next round. We'll be able to serve you. Don't get disappointed that we haven't come to you. It's like the Expo campaigns that we are doing. There is a limit to which we can go around. This time round we did Expo Chigezi. Next time round we'll do another region. We can't be everywhere at the same time.
On the Expo campaigns, I think that would be another conversation, because it's really,
bring it on.
It needs its own episode.
Right. POATE, like you've seen this time round, has been overly successful in terms of participation. I think we tried our best in promoting and letting Ugandans know that this
I think we shall wait for the numbers.
The numbers will come.
After making the assessment.
Monitoring and evaluation team that is going around, because we haven't concluded. Today is
the last day.
Yeah, so we are yet to see what really turns out. But I want to say, one, with POATE we were able to bring buyers. We had a very good market, the buyers market. They came to Uganda. We showed them the best that we have in this country, and then allowed them to talk to the service providers, to talk to the tour operators, to make deals. And what I can say, from what I've heard, the deals have been made. People are impressed.
Business is coming.
Yeah, business is coming. People are impressed. People are dealing out. You know, before you go to any country, and this applies to any country, you don't know the nitty-gritty, but when you go there, then you meet the persons face to face, and you're able to deal. You're able to appreciate the peace that we have. You're able to appreciate the infrastructure that we have. You're able to appreciate the flexible economy. You know, you can change money here easily. You know, in some countries that is not very possible. So you're able to appreciate these nitty-gritty things, the welcoming people. And these, we know they have appreciated, and they are making deals. We've expanded. We're not just looking at a small concentrated market. We've expanded. I've just told you, we've gone to China, we've gone to Japan, we have Indians, we have Irans, all Qataris, all participating in this. So we've expanded. The other important thing is we've brought that opportunity to the Ugandans here. Normally, if you want an international visitor, you go to an expo outside the country, you put in an air ticket, you put in accommodation, you pay for participation. Government has made it easy for you. It has brought the people here. Talk to them. They are there. So the opportunity to even young and upcoming tour operators is immense. They have been able to participate, and that is what we're talking about, the youth. How do we support the youth to come on board? So they have been able to support, to participate. They are not like the big boys who are able to go to the international expos. We've brought the travel trade here, and they have been able to do deals. So on that front, that has been excellent. The exhibitors, they have been able to showcase the best that they have. I mean, like I said, you need to see it to believe it. You won't be able to go to all over the country to know that there's a nice lodge there, there is a nice fall here, there is a nice tour attraction here. We've provided them. They have come and shown you these best things.
Actually, on the exhibition part, and somebody raised it yesterday, we've not, even from the previous parties, we've not exhibited our food.
Our food?
Yes. Because I think someone would love it to see somebody make a Rolex, they are make Matoke, Wombo, somewhere. They are maybe on the craft side, this other side.
I hope you know what hasn't yet ended. Today.
So that is happening today.
Today we are showcasing food. We are showcasing food. We are showcasing fashion. We are showcasing culture. They are all there today, and people are streaming in to come and see the very best. I think we just sequenced it a little bit to make sure that we give more opportunity for those who want to do business and whatever. The coffee and chocolate people actually exhibited, but today we are showcasing all those components.
Combined.
Yeah, combined, and people should be able to appreciate.
We are waiting for that.
Yes.
I think you give your parting shot, Mr. Lyazi.
We thank you all, one, for taking an interest in tourism, and we encourage you to take more interest in tourism. We would like you to participate in the promotional efforts of tourism. It's not a one single man's job. It's not a ministry job. It's not a UTB job. Everybody has to participate. And when we talk about participate, let's put our best foot forward. Let's avoid discouraging words or self-criticism, especially when we are with our visitors. When the visitors come, you take them to the best places. You say the best words. And that is what it is, even in our homesteads, but also for the country. I mean, every country has a few challenges here and there, but the best is what we have, and it is what we should put forward. We are encouraging Ugandans to invest in tourism, the opportunities in tourism, along the value chain. Transportation, you may participate in the transportation economy. You may participate in the accommodation economy, in the food and beverage economy, in the attractions. We have a lot of attractions. Clean up one, make it accessible, the caves, the falls, rafting, ABCD in your village, show them around, see the birds, the local birds. There's an economy there. Take them to the art and craft. Take them to the community. People want community experiences. Take them to your garden. People want these experiences.
I think we have not done so much of the community experiences.
Yes. This is something that we should emphasize on. And like I told you, agro-tourism is taking center stage, and it's very much linked.
I know one lady who is pushing so much. The Kainera farms.
They are goat farms around going on, and people are taking interest. And the market is all over. Let's not think of the elusive European market. We have a domestic market that you can start with. And when you build and grow that one, go for the regional market.
And Ugandans have money. They are traveling to Dubai, to Kenya.
Yes.
And they're not traveling
and
here.
Drinking a lot of it.
Exactly.
So invite them, let them be part of it. So invest in tourism. People need a clean environment. No one wants to go to a dirty environment. Let's keep our environments clean. The campaign on sustainable tourism, this year round, you had our theme. Tourism and sustainable transformation. We can only transform and sustain the tourism economy by being clean. Let's not litter around. Let's do our waste management very well. Let's do our energy consumption very well. And then people will be attracted to the Ugandan story. Yesterday you were in the Sustainable Tourism Awards. Did you come?
No.
There were Sustainable Tourism Awards.
Yes,
Beautiful.
they were championed by Annabelle.
Yes, people who have beautiful stories about sustainability. And this is where we should all go, because this is where the world is going. Yeah. Don't be left behind.
Exactly.
Join the bandwagon and let's go to the better place.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Lyazi, for being part of this. And I think this is a wrap for this episode. And I can't thank Mr. Lyazi enough and the entire POATE committee and ministry for putting this up together, because this is the only chance we have as Uganda to promote what is uniquely ours, because Uganda is unique and it's diverse with everything. And this and more is what you're going to find on Destination 256. I've been Zingozal, your host. Keep it locked for more speakers we are going to have hosted by us, share their experiences from, I think, they have said 25 source markets. We can have 3 from different source markets. To represent all. Yes. And share the experiences. And yes, that's all. Thank you. Keep it locked.